Pew, pew, pew. Hello. Hi there. How you doing? I'm just gonna hide behind my cat cam. Dame, hello, welcome, and welcome Bow and Arrows, and welcome Ray. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. I need to get my own thing so that I'm not just stealing Ian Ellie's thing. Yeah, pew pew pew. Why not? Why not a pew pew? Hello, Holly. Oh, I should probably open up chat on my phone, huh? What do y'all think? Seems like a good idea. Oop, hello. There we go. All right. And also, let's oh boy. Can we switch to what's happening there? Hello? Hello? Listen. Okay. Chat filter. They changed it. I was so confused for a second. The app apparently they changed how you switch over to all messages from live messages, and it's just different. What does my shirt say today? It says, I am dying by inches from not having anyone to speak to about insects. It's a quote from Charles Darwin. As you may or may not know, our friend Chuck was very depressed. He was a very depressed man. He struggled. He struggled a lot. And of course, they didn't have antidepressants back then. They just had, opiates, which are not antidepressants at all. And bugs. They had bugs, and so he, one of the things he got into was bugs. Also birds. It's just biodiversity in general. But yeah, that was from one of his letters to his cousin, the one he married. But there's tons of letters that have been published, where just like easily half of what he wrote is just the most melodramatic emo bullshit you've ever heard, but plus bugs or birds or whatever was his thing that day. So that's yeah. Good old Chucky D. Hello, welcome Linry. Hello, Yanelli. Yeah, so today we're looking at the Prism Parade Bad Reputation collection. So this collection launched at PBE. I was originally going to be doing, looking at these as part of like the prep for PBE, the pre-PBE live streams that I did. But my last live stream before my travel day was the day before the first day they were teasing stuff. And so they asked me to hold off. But it's fine because they are not limited. They are now available on the website. So if you've been holding off because you wanted to see live swatches of them, now is now. Now is then. This is it. This is your time. We're going to swatch them out. I'm going to do on the wheel like I always do. So I have that for posterity. That's just going to be cat eye. I have cabochons lined up on the side. I'm actually going to do cabochons at the same time because I am smart. SMRT. And then I prepped both hands because I figured since there's only 5 of them, maybe we can do something fun. And then I remembered that there's been this thing with pill nails lately where you do like half the nail one color and the other half the nail the other color. And I thought that would be really fun as like a mix and match magnetic thing. So I figure we'll just change up a And I've seen people do them with a bunch of different things. I think I've only seen one version that was all magnetics. And I can't remember who did that. This has been on my page for a few days now. I keep seeing them. So I don't know which hand we want to do that. That would be done in velvet. So we'll have cat eye for the wheel, velvet for my hand, and then we can do a secret third thing for the other hand, and I can let y'all decide which hand you want the pill stuff on. You tried to read Origin of Species once, never again. Yeah, it's not it's not an easy read. A lot of the language, if you're not used to reading, just writing from that era to begin with, it's a little dense. Yeah, there's there's a lot of very flowery language. And it can be quite dry at times as well, which is not fun to read. It's one of those things, like, I read it many years ago because I was doing a biology degree and it felt important. Bow and Arrow says, I like his, quote, but I am very poorly today and very stupid and hate everybody and everything one. I feel that a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I relate to Chucky hardcore. That man was definitely one of us. But yeah, there's no way that he was neurotypical. But, you know, that wasn't a thing back then, so. But yeah, his writing can be a little challenging to get through, as can most writing from that era. There's just a lot. And he seems to, like, bounce back and forth between, like, incredibly dry, just, like, endless stuff about various different species that he's seen, and, like, thinking about that, and then, like, this incredibly dramatic emo shit, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, hello, Vibrant Pixel. And Spooky Mouse and Luna and Najwa. Hello, hello, hello. Leo, did I already say hello to you or no? I don't remember. But I was just talking to you on freaking Discord. Whatever. See you people all the time. Okay, so shall we get into it? Well, maybe we should decide first what we're doing on my hands. So we'll start with a poll. For, do we want the pill style on my long nails or on my short nails? So which would you prefer to see the pill style on? And if you're not sure what I mean by the pill style, it would basically be like you'd have, and I won't magnetize it here. I'll just do a real quick. So you'd have one color on half the nail, and a different color on the other half of the nail, split in the middle like a pill, like a capsule. So that's what I mean by pill nails. It looks really cool, having a whole like skittly sort of mix and match thing of it. So let me start a poll for that. And then once we've decided that, you can also make suggestions for what we should do with the losing hand. Okay, so do we do long pills or do we do short pills? So will it be on this hand for long pills or will it be on this hand for short pills? So you can go ahead and answer that poll whenever it comes up, if it has not already. And hello, Sassy. Pills on shorties because you haven't really seen it on short nails yet. Long pills seems to be winning. But we don't have very many votes in, so if there are any lurkers, and if anybody missed the explanation, just in case. So the style of design that I'm talking about is half the nail done in one color, the other half the nail done in the other. So do you want to see that on my short hand or on my long hand? And then we can do something different on the other hand. Cut out decals like the star hole punch or spirals in contrasting colors. That could be fun. That could be fun. Either one of those could be fun. The pills are part of your many shit to try saved folder. Yeah. I keep seeing them the last few days and I'm like, I obviously need to try this. So, all right. Any more votes to come in? I'm gonna end the poll. It looks like long pills is one, so we can do something fun on my other hand with a different style of nail art. Unless you want to, because the pills will be done in the velvet style, so you'll basically see all of the colors velvet. The wheel will be cat eye. So if you want to see another magnetization style, like if you want to see them done bead, or if you want to see them, I have these things now that go over top of the velvet thing. So you get like the combo weird velvet cat eye thing. I have my ring magnet. I've got other options. So weird you haven't seen them. You're just getting seashell nails? Interesting. Maybe because you verbally have said you hate magnetics and your phone listened to you. That's possible. Most of the pill nails I've been getting, though, that I've been seeing haven't been magnetic. They've been like mixed formula. I've seen a few people do like color matched, a creme and like a different, like a shimmer or whatever, but where the base is like basically the same color, which I personally think is really cool. All the manis you see are gels and magnetics. That's so funny. I don't tend to engage with the gel ones a lot. They are on my For You page thing or whatever it's called. That one page on Instagram. But I don't click over to there very often. And when I do, it's only because I'm searching for something and I don't click on things in there. So I'll see that there are a bunch of suggestions for gel stuff, but I don't click on them. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, unfortunately, no cats right now. I did have a real good snuggle with Jammy Dodgers. Timony was in here briefly. Everybody abandoned me. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is introduce the collection. We're going to swatch using cat eye style on the wheel. I'm going to, off to the side where you can't see, be doing my cabochons as well. And then we'll also do the nail art. So it's going to be a lot of things are going to be juggling. I might just go through and do the wheel and cabochons first and then move on to the nail art stuff. These are 2 coaters. I can tell you that right now. So it's not going to be a huge amount of time for any of this stuff. So I don't want to have both hands and the wheel and the cabochons all at the same time. I feel like that's going to be too much and I'm definitely going to screw something up. So we'll just do the on the wheel thing first and then go. So the collection is it's called Bad Reputation. It's, as you can see, they're all magnetics, 5-piece collection. The idea behind this collection is that these are all inspired by people who were sort of a little bit maligned by history. Kind of history sort of did them a little bit dirty. But they were kind of badasses. And so, well, I'll just read you what it says here. History tried to remember them as warnings to never step outside the lines. If history has taught us anything, it's never trust the ones powerful enough to control the narrative. So that's sort of the central thesis for the collection. First one up is 1,000 Ships, which is this one here. Let me just get this out. Hey, Jules, welcome. And welcome, Melissa. And Liz. You've never seen how cabochons are painted. Okay, well, I can swipe them over into view. I was going to just have them off screen, but I can move them into view for people if that's something you want to see. I actually have, so what I've done is I've set up a whole thing here. This is just a metal strip that I can arrange magnets on. And because I don't have enough, normally I would just use these, but I don't have enough of those available right now. So I just set up a bunch of my little square ones, and it's going to be a little bit different looking. It's not going to give me a straight line across the cabochon, but it'll still give me, as you can see on this one that I tested it, it's still going to show me, you know, the magnetic. This is not from this collection. This is something else that I just needed a cab for. So I've got them set up and I've kind of just stuck them down with some poster tack. You don't have to do anything as complicated as this. I just knew I wasn't going to have a lot of space to work with, and I wanted to be able to move this around easily. If I'm just doing cabochons, I'll just array them out on my space, and that works fine. But this makes it a little bit more portable. So I will sort of move this as I'm swatching. I'll move it into place. Oh, and I need to be writing down, I'm going to ask you guys to help me remember, I need to write down the actual names of the polishes on here because I often forget to do that. This one is a 1,000 Ships. And I feel like probably most people here will be able to guess who inspired 1,000 Ships. Based on the name, because the face that launched 1,000 Ships was, of course, Helen of Troy. So the little write-up that they've got here for her is villain, seductress, destroyer of civilizations, or just a woman who made a choice in a world that didn't allow her any. So this one's described as a green, blue, purple shifting magnetic polish with green, blue, purple shifting chrome pigment and holographic glitter. Like Helen herself, it refuses to be just one thing. So this one is a really cool one. All of these I found were 2 coaters on my nails. Now, I know there are some people that paint a little bit more, or a little bit like thinner than I do. I guess it's possible if you paint very thin coats and you have longer nails, maybe you will want a 3rd coat. I have a hard time imagining that, though, because it is quite opaque. All of this collection is quite opaque. They also all dry down a little bit textured. So for me, they were all 2 coaters. They all dried down a little bit textured. I did use, for my swatches, a glitter smoothing coat before my top coat. So I definitely would recommend that. So for my cabochons, since there was a question about it as well, I paint on the underside of them. So you'll see that the curved end is down toward the magnets and the flat end is up. I like to paint them this way because then I don't have to top coat them. This bottom part gets like the sticker put on it, and then it just goes up against the lid of the polish. So it's I just feel like it's less wasteful. It's still shiny and doesn't require that the top coat. So it is, I'm gonna say as well with this set, you'll notice that like it does form a line, It did pull quickly. Like as soon as I put it down, it immediately formed that line, but it is not super sharp. This whole collection, they're a little bit more diffuse. And I don't know if that's the pigment themselves or if it's because there's so much other stuff packed into this polish. There are some magnetic pigments that seem to have a slightly weaker magnetism, and so they take a minute and they don't necessarily like respond quickly. That's not this. It's not that they don't respond quickly. It's just that it's a little bit more diffuse for whatever reason. And so I suspect it's because of the fact that there's so much stuff in these. Because of that, I personally think these really shine with more like velvet style magnetic styles, like the velvet and the bead and things like that, that really, will show off all the shifts at different angles of lighting, and are very like movementy rather than like trying to get a sharp cat eye. It doesn't really want to do that in these. That's just the nature of this polish. You have glass cabochons and you use the putty to hold them in place because otherwise they wobble all over the place. Yeah. So I use the plastic ones with the strip because for me it just seems a little bit easier for the cabochons. But I've seen the loose glass ones and they're pretty, but that just seems like something I will definitely have a problem with. Helen of Troy OG face card that didn't decline. Yeah, I think that velvet shows shifts better most of the time. Although, if you have like a real fancy lighting setup, you can get all the shifts with a cat eye in a way that is really hard to do with velvet, like in a single still photo. But yeah, I don't know. I personally think that for actual wear, I like these better. I like a softer magnetic better when it's done in velvet. Okay, so the second one up is chiaroscuro. What? Huh? What? Chiaroscuro. Chi, not chi, not chai. Chi, chiaroscuro. I'm not going to claim that my pronunciation is perfect, but it's as good as it's getting, and it's better than bad. So this one, it says, the same world that commissioned his genius criminalized his existence. History gave him the last word. Named for the light and shadow Leonardo bent to his will, chiaroscuro is a green khaki polish with electric blue magnetic pigment, gold shifting shimmer, and holographic glitter. So yes, obviously for Leonardo da Vinci, or Da Vinci. I need to write down the name. Da Vinci. Chiaroscuro, Chiaroscuro. Whew. That's a lot. Your newest pet peeve is people calling magnetic polish cat eye polish. Oh yeah, that's because of the gel people. They did that to people. All right, here we go. First coat. And then on the cabochon. The cabochon ones are going to look a little bit weird to y'all because you're not going to really be able to see the shifts as well as I'll be able to see them on the opposite side of them with the lighting that I have in my drawers, but okay. And actually this is a really interesting one because this particular one is like writing the line between like an electric blue and almost borderline purple. And when you wear it in the velvet style, it's like very electric blue when the light's hitting the magnetic. It's really interesting. It's a weird color, but I'm a fan. Okay, off with her head. This one, a powerful man wants her gone, so he accuses her of adultery, incest, witchcraft, and treason. Sounds like a good time. And somehow the whole world believes it. Anne Boleyn didn't break. Off with her head is a shimmery fuchsia with lime green shifting magnetic pigment and holographic glitter. I need to write down the name of this polish and try not to mess up this magnetic while I'm at it. It's not quite dry yet. God damn it. Okay. Off with her head. And every time I think about this polish, I think, I'm Henry VIII, I am Henry VIII, I am. Because that is how my brain works. Are the gel people related to the mole or lizard people? That is an interesting idea. They might be. They might be. Okay. Let's jot this down or get this one laid down. This one, I love it when it's being green. I don't love it when it's being purple because I am broadly anti-purple. So I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this one, but I do think it's very interesting. Oh, look, we're getting a big old purple spot right in the middle there. That's interesting. Hey, I am not a lizard person. That's right, Dame is a gel person. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have one of them in our midst. You've got the Six the Musical song stuck in my head. I don't know Six the Musical. Yeah, he got married to the widow next door. Boo his purples. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that know that are into nail polish enough to know that magnetic nail polish exists, more of them are familiar with the gel world version of that. So if you're like if you're like in the mainstream, but not just doing like drugstore nail polish, like you're going to salons and getting your nails done, chances are the only magnetic you know is cat eye, right? Is from the gel world. So yeah. The Last Pharaoh is the next one. Perfect for Halloween. Yeah, actually it is a really good Halloween color for sure. The Last Unicorn. Pharaoh. Gotta think about it. Pharaoh. Pharaoh. I have to trick myself into spelling things correctly. Okay. Oh, I should read the thing about Last Pharaoh. 2,000 years of being called a seductress when she was a mathematician, military strategist, and one of the most politically sophisticated rulers of her era. The last pharaoh is, of course, Cleopatra, a shimmery green polish with gold-orange shifting magnetic pigment and holographic glitter. And this one I adore. This is a perfect, I love this. I love it. It reminds me of scarab beetles. It feels very appropriate for Cleopatra. I just love it. Obviously. Of course I love it. Of course I love it. It's freaking orangey, greeny goodness. How could I not? It's all the things that I love. All right. You love the green-purple combo? Yeah, a lot of people are very into it. It's just not, like, outside of Halloween, I don't That's pretty much the only time I will wear purple by choice is for Halloween stuff. It's not my color. I don't love it. This one's like a bolder version of Ice Toad. Yeah, I agree. Ice Toad is definitely similar, but way less saturated. Like the green is less saturated, the copper is less saturated. It's like a toned down, muted version of this, but the same basic color story. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, Ice Toad is a cracked polish magnetic. Okay, and the final one is La Sirène. She couldn't get a hotel room in her own country, so she became the most famous woman in the world and a spy for the French resistance. In Paris, Josephine Baker became La Sirène. La Sirène is a shimmery magenta polish with purple-pink shifting magnetic pigment and holographic glitter. All right, we'll get her on here. Don't worry, I will write the name. I just don't want to move it yet because I don't want to screw up the other one. And we'll get our first coat on the cab, and then we're going to go through and do second coat of everything. You just put purple on today. You're allowed. You do green and purple because it's Leo violet colors. Aw, okay, that's adorable. That's cute. Josephine is calling your name. Josephine was badass. And it's a cool polish. I actually like this one. Despite the fact that it is predominantly purple, I actually really like this one. I think it's, in practice, the vibe isn't overwhelmingly purple for me. It's got enough other stuff going on that I forgive it for having the purple. All right, so we need to do a second coat of everything. I am just going to do 2 coats on both the wheel and the cabochon. They were definitely 2 coats, fully opaque on my nails. So even if we do have a tiny little bit of translucency on the clear wheel, it definitely doesn't need more. I'm pretty sure that even on the clear, it's gonna be pretty damned opaque. That's my guess. All right, let's get 1,000 Ships, our second coat on here. I'm gonna do this like this so I can get 2 at a time. So we'll do our second coat of 1,000 Ships. And second coat on the cab. It's interesting. This one looks like kind of subtle on this cabochon. But you can definitely see as I move it around, like there's the purple shift. There's the green teal. I think it's just the specific, like where it is between the square, the tiny square magnets I'm using for that is like just in the wrong spot to really get a direct strong pull. Doula meetup, nice. Have fun, Sassy. You need to try Prism Parade soon. They keep releasing pretty polishes. You're locked in for Little Lacquer Box this week, though. Ooh, what are you getting from Little Lacquer Box? There's a few really nice ones on there. This one's Chiaroscuro. The one inspired by Leonardo da Vinci. Not Leonardo DiCaprio. Different Leonardo. Not the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Different Leonardo. It's important to keep them straight in your head. You're hoping to see Odyssey this weekend? Can't wait to see Lupita as Helen. Yes. She is fucking magnificent. I haven't seen it. I won't see it in theaters. I don't go to theaters, but I'm excited to see it once I can stream it in the comfort of my own living room. Your wish list is out of control. Oh no. Oh dear. I am on a hard no buy, at least until November. I have just a ton of polish between PBE and a couple of recent purchases outside of PBE. I have way too much. I cannot purchase more, at least until Black Friday. Then I might allow myself a little bit, and then it'll be back onto the no buy until my birthday. You think you've narrowed your LLB order down to the Holy Order one and Silence of the Lambs polish? I'm not allowed to purchase anything for that, so sad, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, I think I can get all three of these here. Oh, I should write down the name of this last one before I carry on here. La Sirène. Okay. I'll get all three of these in one. Okay, so this is the second coat of Off With Her Head. It's magnetized in a different spot, but that's okay. And second coat of The Last Pharaoh. And yeah, even on the clear wheel, this is pretty freaking opaque. No third coat required. So even those of you that are using clear press-on nails or clear tips with gel should have no problem using these in two coats. And second coat of La Sirène. And on the cabochon. Cabochon color story is looking nice, yeah. They're quite a lovely set together. They all coordinate very nicely. I like them. Luckily for you, nothing in LLB caught your eye because you really need to start a no-buy. Yeah. You've been on a functional / financial low buy for about a year to get your collection more manageable. That's very, very relatable. I've basically been for about a year trying to just buy as little as possible. I have purchased last year. I did the same thing. PBE, Black Friday, and my birthday, and that was basically it. And I was trying to not buy anything at all outside of those. Counting down for PPU this month. Theme is Woodland Magic, so there's probably going to be a small purchase. Yeah, I feel like if I'm aiming at a no buy, I don't, I'm not too hard on myself if I buy like two once in a while, as long as it's not like every month. But if there's a special reason that something is really calling to me, then I'll, I'm not going to be a complete hard ass with myself. But I'm trying to like just avoid purchasing as much as I can. Hello, May May. Welcome. Lori, next year will have to be your no-buy. You just watched Ray's video and now you're eyeing Cadillacer. Oh boy. May, you're trying to be good about buying polishes except for PBE, good sales, and birthday. Yeah, I mean, I think like, I know for some people, they're very all or nothing, and they have to be like, I am on a no buy, zero, nothing, nada. And if they let themselves buy one, then it's game over and they're back into a free for all. Some people are like that. I totally get that. That's me with hard candy. I just need to not have it in my life or I will have a problem. But for me, it works reasonably well for me to just be like, no, you know what? I need to just be sensible and not go overboard, and then I'll be fine. So I don't have to be a complete hard ass on myself. Whoop, shit, fuck. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. You're like that, you can't let yourself shop or you shop too much? Yeah, that's a thing. Ow. PBE, BF, B-Day is good guardrails, yes. I think, well, and for me, like my birthday's in February, so for me it kind of like divides the year up where I don't feel like I'm going a super long stretch in between. I feel like it's, spaced out enough that I'm allowing myself to have a few purchases with some regularity without going totally overboard. But that was a fun whoop. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed my whoop. Okay, so we've got our swatch wheel and cabochons done. Now it is time for les nails. And we decided to do, yes, I am still so stained. I can't find my cuticle remover, and I feel like I might have tossed it out. I feel like I have a vague recollection of coming across a really old thing of cuticle remover, and it had gone so runny, and it was not a runny type. And then I just tossed it out. And I think it might have been like back when because there was I'm not sure if I tossed it out or if I just put it aside somewhere is the thing. Because I'm pretty sure it was while I was like clearing out the nail room for my mom's visit. My mom and dad came over. And the nail room is the guest room. So this in front of me is my nail desk, but it's also the Murphy bed. So the whole thing folds down toward me. And so I kind of have to like tidy things up a lot if anyone's going to be sleeping over here. So I think that I may have tossed my old cuticle remover, which I know would have removed this like greenish stain that I have here. But we're just going to have to live with it. It's fine. It's fine. Your friend is in town for a while and staying with you, and she was watching Linry's stream with you this morning, and you had to explain yellow nails to her. Baking soda. Yeah, I should try the baking soda thing. I haven't given that a shot. I haven't had a problem using cuticle remover for that. It's been fine. Aw. Yeah, poor baby. Poor Maymay. Poor Maymay, poor baby. Which cuticle remover do you use? Well, the fact that I had a bottle that was 3 years old and I hadn't touched it in probably 2 years. I don't really do cuticle removal too often. It's not really a thing that I bother with. But I was using, is it Blue Cross? I think it's Blue Cross. They have one that's like a thicker type. And I preferred that to the super runny one. So, but yeah, I basically stopped. I hadn't used it in like 2 years, probably, even for stain removal. I just don't usually bother, and I don't usually get staining that sticks around for more than like 1 or 2 paintings after it anyway. This was like an especially, and I think it was because it was like multiples in a row that were the same kind of like yellowy green color. I had multiple manis in a row that used that, and that it just really. You have the runny Blue Cross one. Yeah, I've never used the runny version. There's one that's like, it's almost exactly the consistency of like jizz if the guy's a little dehydrated. I'm sorry, but it's true. It's like it's very jizz-like. That was the one that I used. You use Sally Hansen cuticle remover for stain removal? Yeah. Yeah, I've just find that because I don't usually get bad stains, because most of the time I'm using Peely Base and a ridge filler, which tend to do a pretty decent job of blocking most stains. And I'm usually not wearing polishes that I expect to be stainers for very long at a time. So it's just not normally a problem, and I don't really get a lot of cuticle growth, and the little bit that I do get, I just use oil and my cuticle stick here. Listen, it's not my fault that's the texture that it is, okay? Okay. So we're gonna do this like mix 'em up thing where we're gonna do half and half. The pill style. Let me just clean. I didn't clean this off after my last mani. This was from Tuesday. I haven't posted that mani yet either. I mean, I posted it in Discord, but I haven't posted it on Instagram yet. I had too many other things to post. But I think that's I think today was the last thing that I have queued that I need to post for a little bit besides nail art. Is that true? Oh no, PPU stuff. I guess PPU is coming up rapidly. Jesus. Okay. Oh my god, and BCB stuff as well. Okay, well never mind. I guess I'll have to just sneak that other mani that we did during stream in at some point. Seems like there's never a break these days for my posting schedule. If I want to like sneak in extra stuff, I always have to do it like double up one day or something. Okay. Get myself some acetone, get myself a little cotton pad. We'll do the first coat without... Actually, I might do both coats without magnetizing. I don't know. And then like magnetize with the top coat. Not sure if that's going to be the easiest way to do it or not. Or maybe I should... Maybe I should magnetize the second coat. I think we want to be about here. That seems like about halfway-ish. So I'm gonna like do the midline with this and then use the bottle brush and hope that that works okay for keeping things fairly clean. I think it should. Because like trying to do a super straight line with the bottle brush is challenging. Not that I did a super straight line with the other brush, but you know. Oh boy. All right. First coat doesn't have to be perfect. Second coat will tidy it up the rest of the way. It'll be just fine. We are going to do... I don't think I'm going to bother cleaning up this line on the first coat. I think maybe if I clean that up on the second coat, it'll be okay. It's definitely not a 10 out of 10 straight line, but thank you. I don't know, what colors am I gonna do? I'm just gonna randomize it. What the hell? Yeah, the opacity on all of them is quite impressive. I think this one more so than the others even. That first one, I mean. But they're all very opaque. Of course, this method also does end up with slightly thicker application than you might have with just brushing it on normally if you are a person who does thinner coats. But yeah, like I said, all of them were opaque in 2 coats for me, so... All right, so there's the first one, first coat, first nail. That line is straighter than you are. I mean, I don't know how straight you are, so that may or may not be a compliment, depending. 9.5 out of 10. Thank you. I'll accept that. That feels more realistic to me. Okay. Chiaroscuro next. And I think the midpoint looks to be about there-ish. Something like that. Something like that. The back patio sliding door keeps opening and closing. And I suspect that Brian is taking the cats outside, which is interesting because it's kind of fully dark out right now. Maybe he just came in. Yeah, I think he must have just come in because now I hear noises downstairs. He must have had the cats out on the patio. We have a little tent out there. Well, we don't have a tent. We don't like leave the tent out there, but we bring the 2 younger cats out in the tent. And they get to have porch time. They love it, or patio time rather. I feel like I want to do the side a little bit with this. Try and get a little cleaner on this side. There we go. Yeah, field trip. He tried, recently he tried taking them out one at a time in the the like carrier that I have. It's like a backpack carrier that has a big mesh opening in the front. And Timony started, after not too long, making the same noise that he makes when he's going to chuck in the car. So Brian very swiftly brought him back inside, but apparently Cinna loved it. It's just like being a backpack cat. She was very into it. And even before magnetizing, this is a really interesting, cool look. I'm a fan. Yeah, I think Timony must get motion sickness. It's pretty cute. I mean, horrible, but also pretty cute. Okay. Next. Oh, that was too much. About there-ish, I think. Is that right? That seems wrong. No, it's lower. It's a little lower than that. Yeah. It's a little lower. Maple likes the backpack, but you did have one puke incident. Heat made it worse. That would not be surprising, yeah. You want to try a stroller? That could be fun. I would love to put Cinna and Timony on leads. But I would need to find harnesses that fit them well, that they would tolerate. That's a challenge with cats. There aren't a lot of harnesses that are really made for cats, and so much depends on how your cat is built. So it can be a little bit of a challenge to find something that really fits them very securely so that they cannot escape, but that is also still comfortable enough that they don't, you know, hate it. When Jammy and Budgie were young, I tried harness training both of them. And Jammy was fine with it. Jammy was like, yeah, sure, we can do this. No problem. Outside? Sure, let's go. But Budgie was not a fan. Budgie wanted nothing to do with that. She hated the idea. She was terrified. The sky was far too high up. Way too big. Anything could be in there, in that great big sky. And she wanted nothing to do with it. So she would have a full-blown fucking meltdown. So we just kind of let that go. I was like, okay, well, I don't really want to torment the poor thing. Like, maybe eventually she would have learned to enjoy it, but it seemed cruel to continue causing her that level of fear. Budgie has always been scared of basically everything. Even though nothing really bad has happened to her in her entire life. Oh my goodness. These are so pretty, even just like this, unmagnetized. I know I've said that several times, but I love a multichrome. Love a multichrome. Musumbi is the same way. Will protest all forms of travel by chucking or pooping. Long lead and harness is nice for the backyard. She can explore without jumping the fence. Yeah. Aw. Musumbi took one look at the open door and harness and bolted behind the couch. That's so sad. Poor baby. Did he think he was getting kicked out? No, my cushy home. I want to stay here. I really like these two colors together. These ones are really pretty. All right. Next, let's go with this one on top. Yeah. I'm trying to do this in like a logical order so that I'm using them all in each possible position and not in the same combos, if that makes any kind of sense. So like if it was on the, oh my god, words. If it was on the proximal end of the nail on one, then it needs to be on the far end of the nail on the other, etc. What even are words? I don't know. I don't know how they work. I don't know how to say them. I don't know how to remember them. Brian was making fun of me the other day. We were on a walk. And I was like, listen, I have a great vocabulary. I can't remember what any of the words are anymore. They're all in there. There's lots of them. I just can't reliably pluck them out when I want them. It's like the whole filing system went kaput. I struggled with that before perimenopause. Now, it's ridiculous. Completely impossible. Okay, I think chiaroscuro next. Yeah, Musumbi was one of the local strays that Mei was feeding for a long time, and then he had what was it? He had some sort of medical issue, something wrong with his leg. I can't recall exactly what happened, but he had an injury, and Mei brought him in and rehabilitated him in her house, and then he never wanted to leave. Which I think is adorable and also exactly the way it should happen, aside from, you know, the precipitating injury. I feel like that line is a little crooked. Somehow we slanted a bit, but maybe we can figure it out. One of the ways you know you're improving is that some of your vocabulary is coming back. Yeah. That would be nice. I would like that. Right, yes. Got hit by a car and had a messed up rear leg. Poor little guy. I remembered the leg being messed up, but I couldn't remember what had actually happened. How he'd been injured. Well, he's very lucky to have a cushy indoor life now. And it seems he knows it. It's comfy. He's got easy access to food, air conditioning, humans that pet him. Doesn't have to worry about mean people or predators. Okay, this was the top on that one, so I'm going to have it be the bottom on this one. But then I guess this is going to be the one that... Do I want... Actually, hang on. I need this on top and this on the bottom. I think that's correct. Yep. Yep. That's correct. Okay. All right. There is a great big fuzz on this now. What happened there? Hello? Why is there a great big fuzz on this now? Can you... There we go. Thank you. Jeez. He threw a big fit yesterday because the store was out of his preferred flavor of cat food. Amazing. Jammy and Budgie have always been super picky about wet food, but never about dry food. So they're like... It was such a fight to find them something that they would actually eat for wet food, which was something that I really wanted to make sure they were getting because Jammy did not drink enough water for like the first 10 years of her life or more. And so she had like bladder stones and all kinds of issues. But when it comes to kibble, they were like, the most exciting thing that ever happened for them with kibble was when occasionally I would run out of their good, expensive kibble that was actually healthy for them. And so I would go to the 7-Eleven downstairs from my old apartment and just pick them up whatever they had, which was usually like Meow Mix or something awful like that. God, they fucking loved that shit. Complete garbage, and they were so excited about it. They were like, fuck yeah, this is the shit. It's basically junk food. Which, like, I guess I can kind of understand, you know, like if you eat good, healthy home cooking all the time, it is exciting to like have pizza night or whatever. But yeah, I feel like it's different when you're taking care of animals and you want them to be as healthy as possible. It's not like I need to be healthy, but my cats need to be healthy. It's very important. I can eat whatever crap. It's fine. Just getting into the car to drive home. All right. Oh shit, be extra entertaining. I don't know if I can be extra entertaining. I'm barely entertaining to begin with. Extra entertaining might just be too much pressure for me. All right, I'm going to try doing the second coat, magnetizing as I go along. We'll see how this goes. If I struggle with it, actually I'm going to do the other. If I struggle with it, I may end up changing tactics. For my thumb, I'm going to use this one because the stack height, I feel like it does a better job on my thumb. I don't know. I might be crazy. It feels like it does a better job on my thumb. Meow mix equals McDonald's for cats. See, I don't like McDonald's, but yeah. Your vet is much more complimentary about the health of your pets than your doctor is about yours. Yeah, you know what? Me too. Me too, Kristen, and for good reason. They definitely have a better diet, more exercise. They just, in general, have a better life than me. And that's all there is to it. And I think that's correct. I think it's like, sure, would it be good if I was as good to myself as I am to them? Probably. But, you know, I'm doing my best here. Sometimes your best is just sort of mediocre. And that's all right. I'm still alive. So far. And like, of the serious things that I have actually needed medical attention for, none of them have actually been my fault. Like, I had to get a chunk of my boob taken out, but like, that's not because of anything I did. I had frozen shoulder, but that's just because I managed to survive to perimenopause and got lucky. Exactly. If you're going to have pets, it's your responsibility to give them the best life you can. I agree. Oh, no, you inhaled a bug. Leo, don't do that. Don't do that. I do not recommend it. This is not the way. Okay, I think that this is making me happy. And I think the top coat is going to help even more. But here's the thing. Normally, I want to use a glitter smoothing with these because they are a little textured. They're not massively textured, but they are a little textured. But I know that a glitter smoothing coat is not going to remelt these the same way that a regular top coat will. So I think I might skip the glitter smoothing and maybe just do 2 coats of top coat if I feel like I want it after the first coat is dried, because I want a certain amount of remelt so that this will like smooth out and remove any like unevenness, because the way that I had to apply, of course, there's like a little bit of brush strokiness in it and texture that I wouldn't normally have, and like there's this line in the middle where it's like, you know, slightly uneven. So I think using regular top coat over that is going to do a better job than trying to use the smoothing. So I think, yeah, the thing to do is going to be to just do regular top coat, and then if it seems like I want a second coat, then I can do that later. I have talked myself into doing what I wanted to do. You think you're behind? Refresh. Okay, I'm not going to top coat yet, though. Or am I? I am. I'm going to top coat now. I'm doing it. You can't stop me. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, that adding the top coat really, like, see how immediately, as soon as it got remelted, that the velvet like suddenly lined up better than it had before? And now it's like the magnetization looks smooth across the whole thing. This is why I wanted them melted together rather than just putting the glitter smoothing on top. I made the right call. Because the glitter smoothing wouldn't have made it as cohesive as that. It doesn't have as much solvent in it. So it just kind of sits on top and smooths things out, but it doesn't remelt everything underneath. The hacks you learn. The hacks, I'm telling you. Genius shit. Big brain shit here. I'm sure every one of you could have figured that out yourselves, but whatever. I'll take credit, I don't mind. It's interesting that like at certain angles, it kind of like they both have a similar purple tone in them here. Just at that one angle, but then they go to a different angle and they're like completely different colors. I just want to let it dry a little bit more before I move on, because that was fairly thick. Meow, meow, meow. I'm not being entertaining enough. I forgot I'm supposed to be extra entertaining for Wendidymus. Does anyone know any good show tunes for Wendidymus? Oh, never mind. Wendidymus is home now. Thanks for the entertainment, especially the person who swallowed a bug. There you go. Leo came through for us. Thank you, Leo. It's the bug's fault he lives there now. Oh my god, yeah. Probiotic food for dogs, ridiculously expensive. We have probiotic supplements for the cats, and like we got them because, you know, seemed like it might be a good idea at the time for various reasons, and I'll tell you what, they fucking refuse. They're like, you spent all this money on these goddamn supplements, and they're like, no, thank you. I don't want that. I'd rather have the food without the supplements. Thank you. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay. Next. I think from this point we can do it possibly even more than one nail at a time. I might have to get more magnets out. It is a little challenging doing it at this angle, though, I'll tell you what. It's not an optimal angle. There we go. Hello, Ashley. You're being startled awake by bugs in your mouth. Yep, that's what Leo's up to. Your cats love Fortiflora. I think that might be the one that they hated. I'm not sure. So this is a swatch and review / playtime with the new Prism Parade Bad Reputation Magnetics. Oh god, I forgot to say it earlier, y'all. I got paid to swatch these, but this video is not sponsored. But I did receive these for paid swatching. I'm a bad YouTuber. I forgot to say the magic words. Sorry. Yeah. The FTC is going to come for me now, yeah. But yeah, we decided to try this pill nails look that I keep seeing all over Instagram with this collection. It seemed like a good idea at the time, so that's what we're doing. And it is a little annoying to do this part, but it sure is pretty, so I'm not mad at it. I'm just having a little bit of a struggle. But that's okay. If I'm not struggling, what am I even doing? Right? That's chiaroscuro. Calling the FTC? Oh, no. No. No, please. Don't do it. I mean, I do have it right in the title of the video, so hopefully they won't get too upset with me. Okay, top coat. There we go. And, well, this one's probably a little on the wet side to be adding top coat, but you know what? I'm living dangerously tonight. I have faith. I have faith in Da Vinci to protect me. If you survive until next Friday, it's going to be a miracle. Well, that's not the kind of thing I'd like to hear. I think you should just start with the assumption that you're definitely going to survive to next Friday. And then, you know, try to make it as good as possible. That's my opinion. Yeah, we haven't decided on what to do with my other hand. We'll do something with it. I mean, we could just try out my new, like, velvet cat eye blended rig. I haven't tried that yet. I have no idea what that looks like on shorter nails. But it would be at least different from the other magnetization styles that we've done. Your bank, oh dear. Is your bank planning on killing you for some reason? I think that's this one. Yeah, that should be this one. Okay. Good. Really get in there. Okay, and then 1,000 ships on the bottom. I don't think that your bank has the authority to actually murder you. Not yet. A few more years of this dystopian hellscape and maybe we'll get there. But for now, I don't think they're allowed to actually just kill you. Okay, this one is this on the pinky. Oh, God. It's hard to do in the rig on camera at a weird angle. Autopay is a menace to society and doesn't update the payment method properly. Ugh. That sounds unpleasant. Yeah. Just almost knocked my entire little bottle over on myself. Wait, what's this one? Is it? That was that. This is this one? Yeah. Yeah? I think so. I think so. I hope I've done this correctly. I may have done this incorrectly. Did I do this incorrect? Ah, shit. Did I just use the wrong one? God damn it. I think I just used the wrong one. It's this one. Oh my god. Nobody panic. They'll never know. Just don't tell anyone, and it'll be fine. Nobody says nothing. Got it? It's just really hard to tell at the angle I'm at. Yeah, let's not knock the bottles over. I try not to. I'm trying very hard not to knock everything over. Who should you tell? Nobody. Nobody, Michelle. I just said, don't tell anybody. Honestly, chat. Keep up. All right. It's pretty cute, y'all. I think it's going to end up being pretty cute. All right. We still don't know what we're doing on the other hand, though. What are we doing on the other hand? Are we going to do like the contraption that's like this thing? Do we want to try and do that on my other hand? So it's like the velvet plus the cat eye? Or do you want something else entirely? Do you want nail art or do you want just a different magnetization style? Yeah, do the contraption. You like those things? I haven't tried it yet. I'm excited to try it. Okay. It does have a little bit of like texture from the brush. But overall, I'm quite happy with them. I think they're cute. And I think this collection works really well for this. This is very fun. Do the contraption with decal stars on top. You want a nap? I can't help you with that. I can't help you with a nap. We can use, I have 2 of them, so we can do 2 at the same time. Ah! Jesus fucking Christ. This way? This way. It wants to like, there. Nope. Are you gonna, Okay, do you want to be this way instead? Is that the problem? No, you definitely don't want to be that way. You want to be this way. Okay. It says it wants to be this way. It looks like Sally's dress, but metallic. Interesting. You want to see the funky new magnet thing. Okay. All right, funky new magnet thing it is. Let's go. I'm just going to skittle them straight up then. Oh, man, I managed to like ding every nail and slightly scrape the base coat off of all of them in a couple of little spots, but that's okay. Who manufactured these? Yeah, the magnets are too close. Ray, or too short rather. Ray in chat there designed and printed these for me. And I don't have quite the correct magnets for them, but we're gonna make it work anyway. Whoop. We're just gonna be so careful. The the auto translation says that you said proud, but the untranslated says that you said harrow. So I don't know what language it thinks you are speaking, but okay. So a little bit on that first coat. I think we'll get more the second time around. But I'm also going to probably use, because this one I don't have to worry about like weird smudginess, I'll probably end up using a, Jesus Murphy, words, like a magnetic effect top coat thing to help melt everything after the second coat. I wonder too if it would be like, if it'll work better if I put it in here and then drop the thing on top. I don't know if it will or not. I should just take the lids off of all of these and leave them off while I'm doing this. I feel like that would be helpful. Okay. At least then I don't have to fight with it the whole bloody time. Okay, this one is Chiaroscuro. Oh, forgive my not very good at painting left hand for being not very good at painting. Sounds dangerous. What sounds dangerous? Oh, having all the lids off? Nah. Nah. As long as they're up there, it's fine. It's just if I have them somewhere else that it becomes dangerous. Oh boy. Or if I try to like paint multiple nails at the same time with magnets with my left hand and a bunch of open bottles, that would probably be dangerous, but we would never do that here on this channel where we always put safety first. Oh God. There's lint. I see cat hairs and a couple strands of plastic from the printing that I did not clean off on this one. You were afraid putting the snappy magnet over the top of wet polish would lead to mishaps? Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's a thing that is very likely to happen. But, you know, We like to live dangerously here. Okay. Actually, I'll take that off first. Move this over to here. Take that off. Move that over to there. Just do a whole shuffle. I did a real bad job painting this nail, but that's okay. We can fix it all with the second coat. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the wispies. It was the cat hair that was causing more of a problem. There are a couple of wispies. I don't have a lighter handy. So I'm just going to take them this away so that at least they're unlikely to interfere with this Manny. But I'll have to take him downstairs. Find the lighter down there. All right. Oh my God. It's amazing how bad I am at painting my other hand. It's always like, how can you be this sucky at it? Like, after all these years, how can you still be this sucky at this? And the fact, of course, is that I don't paint my right hand that often. And when I do, it's rarely on stream. And so I don't normally have to contend with having strange angles. I can just like do it whatever way is comfortable for my body. Okay. Whoa! Oh, nice. I did tap it a little bit, but it's not too bad. All right. Second coat. Actually, I'm gonna do a thing that I sometimes do. I never do this when I'm like swatching because it feels a little bit like cheating, but for nail art sometimes I will do this. I have a bottle of it's basically the same as the like Magic Effect magnetic top coat stuff that is offered by DRK and Tyler's Trinkets and I think other brands do it as well. It's mostly thinner, a little bit of top coat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. Just float a nice little coat on there. I'm going to immediately, whoop, I'm shaking. Immediately do like a little dabby. And then, whoop, try not to touch it with my finger. And then go on here. Sometimes this just helps things move a little better. When I'm magnetizing, especially thicker polishes that have a lot going on in them. Sometimes I'll do it with the last coat of polish. Sometimes I'll do it with the top coat. But if the polish itself is real thick or has a lot of stuff in it, it seems more effective to do it in the last coat of polish. Do. And we just have to make sure it dries a little longer because I just put a whole lot of solvent on top of that polish. And that is absolutely going to slow the drying time down. But I think you can see that it really helped bring out that shape. Tricks. It's just tricks. You could, of course, just add thinner directly to the bottle, but I don't always want to do that if I don't feel that the polish actually requires thinner. If I'm just asking the polish to do something that the formula is not optimized to do, that's when I will do this. Because it's not that there's a problem with the formula of the polish. It's just that if I want it to do a nicer line like this, then I'm going to have to help it do that. Okay. Yeah. And you can even see where there was a concentration of the dabs of stuff, and like this area didn't get as much of it, which is fine. But yeah, it really makes a big difference. So there's that one. And because I'm doing this, I think I'm just going to do them one at a time. I don't think I'm going to double them up, because I think that will just cause more issues. Actually, I wonder if I can make my life easier by swapping out. I do have one of the longer magnets. That might make my life a little easier if I swap that out. It is, unfortunately, kind of covered in stuff, so hopefully it will still... There we go. All right, now. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So I'm done with this bottle. I can put that lid back on. We'll do that as we go along. All right. There we go. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I'm not trying to get like a perfectly clean. I'm more interested in playing with the tool and seeing how it works. Yeah, the long magnet it's definitely designed to be used with a longer magnet. Maybe not quite as long as this one, but it is designed to be used with a longer magnet. The short one is definitely suboptimal. It's just that I only have one of the long magnets, so I need to get more of them. I mean, I have 6 more, but they're currently in use inside a my larger 3D printed velvet rig. Oh, by the way, Ray, remember how we got I grabbed 2 of each stack height from you? I like think of myself as having very large thumbs, and it's very frequently the case that nothing, like my thumb doesn't fit in stuff, but my thumbs are completely fine under the shortest stack height of these. So I've just been using the one height for everything. In fact, when I'm using my other fingers, I'm like lifting them up a little bit to get them slightly closer to the magnet. Okay. Yeah, this one's a real soft pull. I'm only using the shortest one. I thought I got one of each size. Did I only get 4? Hang on. I have oh yeah, I only have 2. Maybe I got the middle and the tall. Maybe that's what I did. You used your husband's thumb to measure for the largest one? Okay. So I could probably use it on Brian's meaty digits. Maybe. Well, maybe not. He does have meatier than even normal for men. For meaty men. The man's got giant paws. He's like... It's really weird. I don't understand how his paws are so big. Ah, fuck. I touched my nail with the tip of this nail. Ooh, this one's pulling really nice. I can see it. I can see it off to the side. Actually, you can as well, just a little bit. Oh, hello, Rachel. Your hands don't seem very big to me, Rachel. Although, compared to the size of your body, maybe. You are a fairly petite person as well. Also, hello. You're choking on your dinner. Don't choke on your dinner. Listen, May, please do not. That thing about how you might not survive until Friday because of the bank, don't beat the bank by choking on your dinner. Please and thank you. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I just put 2 magnets too close to each other. There. This is a really fun magnetic rig, I have to say. Big fan. All right, let's move this little guy off to the side. Out of the way. Okay, that's that way. Yes. Just want to make sure I have the correct orientation again. Yay, fun with magnets. Joins in to comment on hand size. Yeah. It's normal. It's normal. Okay. Were you lurking, or did you literally just come in and we were talking about your father's hand size? The meaty hand comment did it? Oh no, I'm so sorry, May. It's the choking stream. Leo choked on a bug. May's choking on her food. Your thumbnail is wider than average. You have a lot of trouble finding nail tips that will fit your thumb. I see. I see. I've seen a few people that have like significantly wider thumb, and like my thumbs are obviously wider than my other nails, but I feel like it's sort of relatively proportional. I don't know, for whatever that means. But yeah, I've seen there's like people that have like their thumbnail is like a completely different kind of shape than the rest of their nails. I always think that's really interesting, and it makes me wonder about the genetics of it, because it's got to be, right? Like either there has to have been some sort of very early injury that was somehow even across the entire fingertip, or it's like a developmental thing or a genetic thing. And I just think that's really cool. Hey, Sonia. You're getting hungry too, but not for bugs? Please, please, do not choke on bugs during my stream. I do think it's okay to eat bugs on purpose. That's fine. It's reasonably environmentally friendly. They're a good source of protein, lots of them. You know, as long as you're like getting them in a clean and, you know, sanitary way, it's fine. But I don't recommend choking on them. It's the wrong tube. We were actually talking last night, Brian and I, about eating bugs, and I mentioned that if I don't know why this even came up or came into my head, but I mentioned that like if I was, you know, surviving in the wild on my own, I would one of the bugs in our region that I would try is dung beetles, mostly the larvae. But Brian was horrified, not because they're beetle larvae, but because they live in dung, and he felt that was unsanitary. But like, you know, it's not like you're not cleaning them. You unintentionally eat bugs frequently, probably. Yeah. It's normal. You use one size down from the biggest for your thumb when you use nail tips? Really? Yeah, people with actually large hands, I think there are nail tips that are designed for larger hands, but they are few and far between. Mostly you're going to have to probably, you know, go to a salon and have like actual structured nails made for you, right? You're going to go to Linry's stream to choke on bugs because you can't do anything here. Shake my head. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm one size down from the largest in the ones that I buy on the rare occasion that I use a press on. Why is it so funny to me that they're wiggling like this? Why do they look like weird wiggly cat eyes right now? Like kitty cat eyes. Like there's a cartoon cat that's like having a time. My brain is doing a thing. No, Leo, come back. Yeah, polygel. Any kind of like making it custom, building it custom for you. I feel like for a lot of people that's probably the only real option they have. New take on that trend, yeah. I think that's probably Rachel's fault because she sent me that video or that photo today from oh gosh, who was it? Was it Gloss Sauce that did? Who was that? Can't remember. I saw it a couple of days ago on when she posted it, and it's super cute. She's like got the, if nobody knows what I'm talking about, I'm literally just rambling about nothing and you can't tell if you don't already know. It's she did cat eye nail art, like actually painted cat's eyes on her thumbs and then covered her cat's eyes with them and took a photo, and it's cute as heck. Actually a bunch of photos. But yeah, I think that's why I had that in my head. You still got to do swamp nails. You better do them, Sonia. Your sibling wants you to do the cat eye nails. You took two pics of two. You wait, plus took 2 pics of 2 dresses from one of my... Oh, I see. Okay. I was struggling with that sentence for some reason, and it really wasn't a difficult sentence at all, so I don't know why. Yeah, fabric, like pattern fabrics are so often like really good inspo for nail art. There's a whole collab that the Found Patterns collab that does very cool stuff. They'll have themes sometimes, but yeah, it's just like you're supposed to take inspiration from patterns that you find out in the wild, for, you know, usually like fabrics or wallpapers or things like that. It was a hard sentence to type. You finally have everything set up for a nail art collab. Oh, I'm excited, Leo. Spent too long on a poster? That's valid. I have also done this. I totally like tapped the bottom of the magnet rig with shit with my nail here. Gonna go back in. I just fucking tapped it again because I got little shakes. Y'all. It's my right hand. Rachel, you didn't see my other hand. I did pill nails. They're cool. I like them. They make me happy. They make me happy when nails are pills. You'll never know, dear, how much of a fucking goofball I am. They are cute, aren't they? I like them a lot. They make me happy. I'm very glad that we ended up deciding to do those. You're enjoying your slime? Yay. Rachel was desperately seeking slime polish recently. Some of you helped me look for possible options in Discord. Pill bug nails? Yes. Yes, I should do pill bug nails. I've never done pill bug nails, and I really should do pill bug nails. That's such a good idea, Sonia. Somebody write that up in the suggestions. Words. What are words? Channel in the Discord. There we go. I got there. I'm really good at this. I'm a professional. I am going to top coat this, but because I don't want to screw around with the magnetization rigs again, I'm going to do a water-based top coat on these ones. But I'm going to wait a little while for them to dry a bit more. So I'll do a water-based top coat, and then once that's dry, I'm going to leave it for like 20 minutes or something to make sure it's super dry, and then I will do a regular top coat on them. I will take a couple of photos of this hand as well, even though it's a huge pain in the ass to take photos of this hand because I have to swap all my freaking lights around. But I'll do it for you because I love you. And I will post those in the Discord as well. These ones, I think I do want a second coat of top coat. I don't think that I need to bother with the magnet again. I think the first coat of top coat is probably settled enough that it's not going to re-wet all the way through. This is not a toluene containing top coat. I cannot use those, so I don't think it'll be a problem. Hopefully. Oh, cat hair. Cat hair. Do. All right. Water-based top coat is your new best friend for magnetic manis? Absolutely. You're still trying to find a way to make that brown teal shifty jelly slime into a polish. Yeah. It is a really cool pigment they used in that. Yeah, it's so easy to mess up a magnetic mani with top coat when you've done any kind of like nail art, especially. Ooh, there we go. There's that good shift. I like it. I like it. It's fun. Yeah, these, I want to just make sure that they're real dry before I put my water-based top coat on it. Otherwise, I'm going to get some bubbling. So I think that's going to be it. The middle finger is always fun. But yes, I think that's my favorite finger, Ray. Thank you for pointing that out, because it is, I think, my favorite finger. And it's never a bad thing to be able to give everybody the finger. I do also really like the pinky. It's like good Prugly combos for sure. They go together well. But yeah, middle finger is definitely the fave. Also a big fan of the thumb. Cool, cool. Yeah, so that is the Prism Parade collection. They are available now on their website, and so if you want, you can buy them, and if you don't want, then that's fine too. You don't have to. But they're not limited edition. They are going to be sticking around, at least for, you know, a reasonable amount of time. You know, presumably at some point in time she won't be able to make them anymore, or won't want to for whatever reason, but there's no immediate plans to discontinue them, so you can take your sweet time and decide if you want to get them, or wait until maybe there's a Black Friday sale. I don't know. I think she usually does a Black Friday sale of some sort. Oh, no, it didn't. It's on there. Just putting the backings on the cabochon for the top. The tops of the bottles. Let's see if I can actually get these off. Normally I use my fingernail for this, but my nails are wet, so... Oh wait, I can use this, I bet. This is going to be a pain in the ass. I can already tell. This is the part I don't like about cabs. There we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. None of y'all had any faith in me, but I showed you. There we go. So that is this one. These guys live in one of my drawers, so having the cabs on top will make it a little easier to find them and be able to see and pick which colors I want. If you are a drawer user for nail polish, I strongly recommend cabochon for the lids. The only time it's like not super useful is for like thermals, but there's kind of not really any getting around that. You just have to know what your thermals are, and solars. You just gotta know those ones. Although I guess the solars, you could, you know, have a UV light with you. The using the little square magnets thing is suboptimal. I have learned. this like row of little tiny squares. Not the best way to do this. So I don't recommend using those. Normally I would just use a standard bar magnet, which works much better for this. But I can still tell that they're magnetic and I can see what kind of shift they have, so it's fine. Your lamp turns right over top of your drawers so you can light the inside of the drawer really nice. That is nice. I would love to have that. I do not have anything quite like that. But I do have my phone, and my phone has a flashlight on it. And so I just turn that on. It's not the best, but it kind of works. All right, there they are, my pretties. And that's it. I'm gonna go. Thank you everyone for coming and hanging out with me. I'm sorry that we didn't get any cat cam action. That was unfortunate. They didn't cooperate tonight. But if you're here for the Tuesday afternoon streams, sometimes you get cat treat time, right, Leo? Leo freaks the fuck out over cats treats time. I think that Leo is more excited that the cats are getting treats than the cats are. Yeah, okay, that's gonna be it. Tuesday, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have any specific plans, so if you have suggestions or stuff you want me to try out, then hit up the Discord, throw them in the suggestions channel, or you can DM me, whatever, that's fine too. That's it, I think. Yeah, don't forget to, press the buttons, do the things, tell your friends about the hippopotamus, all of that sort of thing. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye.